Welcome back, and this is our second part. So last of part we set up our project for our Android game mobile development. Okay, so now I think we need some assets. The first asset we need a finish line. Okay, so I'll already just design them in a Photoshop. I created a finish line and a the light system. So now we need to use some Blender. So as I said, this is a complete series, so we are also going to create some model our own self. So already I just assign a task to my 3D artist, so he's just developing the vehicle and he just ready the vehicle. One is ready, I'll be add that in our project. Okay, the first thing, let's start working in the finish line. The finish line, if you give a look, it should be something like this. Okay, should be something similar like this. So it will be let's draw calls, and yeah, so for do that, let's what we need to do is basically very simple. Let me just enable it here up my live screen. Wait, I'm just getting it a pop-up. Where did the image go? Okay, now what I need to do is we need a first a bar. Okay, with that bar we can control that, but before do that, what I need to scale up this thing. So I'm going to search our vehicle and let's take our vehicle to Blender. Now if you have question, bro, how it's possible, yeah, it's possible. What you need to do, you need to simply click on this, select your blueprint, whatever it is, then click on simple actor, then convert to a static mesh. So I'm just give it a static mesh. So yeah, here I have the static mesh, that's basically I need. So now I need to export that. So simple asset action, export, and music folder, and static mesh, and I'm going to set it to 2020, and I don't need the collision. So yeah, then the vertical. Okay, so simple export. Okay, now I have the model, so I can basically import that in Unreal. So it's basically I can understand the scale, what's basically going on. So as you can see, this is basically the actual scale. So if you want, you can split that and just see that is everything okay or not. So I don't need this currently the material, I'm just deleting them. Okay, now what you need to do is, if you check and give a look at here, as you can see that we have our vehicle right now in our Blender. Now what we need to create, we just basically need to create the the finish line stuff. So I'm going to start from the basic bar. So we will, because this is for mobile, so I need to maintain, or we need to basically make sure that the model is enough optimized. So I'm going to use this kind of like cube. Okay, I'm not going to use cylinder because cylinder have more vertices, that's why. And I guess for a racing game there should be more like 3 cars to 4 cars. Like for example, there's a one car, there's a one car, there's a one car, there's a one car, one car, one car. Okay, I guess this this will be enough, the 6 car space. Okay, then the bar should become. Now the bar properties, I'm going to set it to a actual size, that is 15. That is totally enough good. Now at here in our bar section, first let's create the basic first one, then we'll be basically replicate that in this for second part. So what I'm going to do is, with this we need a top bar too. So this will be the top stand, and now what between this one we need a plane, so we can put our UV there, our finish line UV texture what we create, so -90, and then we can choose something like between this, and it should be look like something like this. Now we can do like that and this, and yeah, like I guess we don't need too much. I guess the 8 will be is enough. Okay, now what we need is, I need to give it something like that, so it will be look more great. Okay, yeah, it's looking great. Now we need to create something like the zigzag. Okay, yeah, so for creating the zigzag, I'm not don't know which one is easy, but I'm going to just simply copy that and make this thing to a 5 or 3, oh sorry, a 3. Okay, so it should be something like that. Then I can use the rotator and create something like this. Yep, I guess this one will be work. Just little bit adjustment we need. Yep, and for this one we can just do something like that and it will be look enough great. Okay, we have this part. So now what we can do is we need the same thing again like that, and oh sorry, I need this same bar at here too. So first I'm going to join them, and once it's joined I'm going to rotate that to 180 degree, minus 180 degrees. So I will find something like that, and I can simply drag and drop them at here. And yep, I guess it should be look something like that. Yeah, it's looking like a race track. Now last what I need is I need 2 bar. Okay, so it will be set in enough height. Okay, so yeah, so for do that the same, just and simply make it smaller, and let's make it to 8. I guess the 8 will be enough for this one. Okay, even I guess we don't need even 8 also. Like suppose we have this one as a track. Okay, and then if I put it here, so just look, even we don't need 8 also. I guess this is space will be enough for this one too. Okay, so something between like 1.8. so yeah, so because this is our space, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just select this face and just put it down a little bit like that. I can leave it some bigger, there's no issue. Okay, yeah, it's looking great. And then we'll be do the same stuff for this one. I guess if you use mirroring more, it will be take less time, but yeah, it will be, for now it will be work. Okay, so as you can see we have this one, our finish line, something like that. So what I need now is we need to put some lights bar at here. Okay, we need some lights. So for creating the lights I'm going to use a simple cube, and with that cube we are going to make that the light. Okay, like I'm talking about this yellow light, green light. So what we can do, we can do something like that, make it some smaller. It's looking quite enough, great, not too much bad. What do you think? And for making that shrinking system, like it's attached with that bar, so we can make something like this and we can put here. Okay, for face we can make it some smaller, there's no issue. And yeah, it's looking like great. So now we need this same thing in 3 times, so we are going to do that. But for before do that, what I need to first select the UVs and set up all of everything. Then I'm going to copy that in second time at here, so it will be look 3. Okay, because for example it's looking like in our plane, so if you see the track, most of cases have a 2 bar. So yeah, let's do that. So now let's work in the UVs. So at the UVs I'm going to select this bar, and I'm going to attach them in all in a single place. So oh, it should be now work, this one and Ctrl+Z. Okay, now I have a join mesh, and now I need to do the UV for this one because we already have this thing. So let's choose all of them, go to UVs, and before do that I'm going to choose them all and select apply transform. Once you press apply transform, go to UVs, and now I'm going to choose all of them and go to UVs and select all, select U and unwrapped UV, then again press U, smart UV project, and let's set to 0.1. And yeah, now we have a great looking UV. It will look great. Even you can go to colors so we can match up the what's basically going on. Okay, now let's first do this one. So go to shading, and at the shading let's make the fn0, that is fnm0 material 1 or material 0, and I need a image. So yeah, we are going to put an image at there. So image, and because we already designed our this finish, so just simply import that, and now it should be look like something like that. So yeah, you need to just choose that, and let's see why it is, and let's set again U to unwrapped. And yeah, once we press unwrap, it's basically working totally great. But what I'm going to do is I'm just simply unwrap that, so I guess it will be enough for me, but I need some more space. So yeah, it should be, I need to just do like that. Let's check this one. Okay, as you can see, we have something like that. Great. And now we are going to do select this one and go to shading, and for this one I'm not going to use any type of sorry, for this one we need one more material, that is fn, and let's set it to m1. And for this one it should be simple bar, so it should be something like that. It should be some metallic, specular, some down, some roughness, so it should be look something like steel. You can enable the metallicness some more, so it will be look more steel type behave. Okay, great, we have something like right now this. Now for getting the better render view, you can go to your renders and you can get used to cycle render. So yeah, it will be give you more better render. Okay, I guess we need a sunlight too. Light, sunlight. But for now, let's leave it like this one. It's looking more great. Okay, so as you can see in the finish line, we have this bar. Now let's work on this light. So for the light, let's go to shading, and it should be some complex, because at the light, let's make it that fn m2, because this is a material 2, or we can set up to fnml 1 and 2. So now what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to make the disable lights one. So disable lights should be look like this. Okay, I already done this part, that just simply duplicate that and at this point and just rotate that and just join with some more bean. Okay, so now we can remove this vehicle because we don't need them. So yeah, it should be something like that. Now if we check the draw calls, we can go to static and we can see the draw calls and other stuff, like how much triangle vertices have. In our full game we have maybe in a 1, so we don't need to worry too much. Okay, now we have the size, we have everything. Now let's export that. So we need to file, export fbx, and let's go to music folder, and I'm just exporting it here. So let's give it name fnl. Okay, fnl, I'm just giving fnl ash, and I'm going to select my UE preset, and yeah, simply export. And now let's come in Unreal and let's do our other stuff at here. Okay, as I said that we need one more folder for our A assets. That is mean that we can add more asset at here. So this is a folder, and unfortunately I don't know, miraculously it's just come recover that file. Okay, now let's simply, what we need is we need to import that asset. So let instead of that I'm going to create one more folder. Let's give it that name, that fln, that is a finish line. So there's a no way any, you know, if we add a feature any mesh, so there's a no conflict. Now it should be in a geometry. We don't need a build nanite, so simply click on import, because make sure in Unreal Engine Android doesn't support nanite. Okay, yeah, Android doesn't support nanite, VR doesn't support nanite. So, okay, so now if you give a look here, our basically this stuff, just look how much accurate it was, because we everything did very perfectly. And yeah, everything, as you can see, it's looking very nice and very nice looking render. It's have even as you can see, all the faces has been come in a right place. Now as I said and talk about the texture, so that this one, so we need to split that 2D texture, so we'll be find something like that. So this is our basically light. So let's create a one more light and one more lights. Okay, basically 3 times duplicate. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to import some more textures what I create. The first one is this one, that is a transparent, then the yellow light, green light, and I forget to create maybe the red lights. Okay, yeah, I maybe forget to create the red lights, and luckily I have this still in my Photoshop, so I need to just simply select them all and make that to red, and file export as a file export, and let's give it name that fnl 10. Yeah, as you can see, that's why it doesn't disable my Photoshop. Okay, luckily I found my this. So now we need to just get this 4 texture and this one the 5 texture too. Now we need to simply split that, so we'll be find something like that. Now we can open our fn1 material, and even I guess we can create a material instance, so it will be give us more better result. So in our fn, what we're going to do, we are going to basically choose this one, and we need to select that to a, for example, let me choose the mask. Let's see if it's work or not. If didn't work, then at that time we are going to basically put that to, what I can say, like and stuff. Okay, no, yeah, as you can see, it's working very goodly. And yeah, it's also do one more stuff, that because this is a transparent, for that case it's become basically the site has been gone. So yeah, it's basically I forget to did a little stuff, that we need a site something like color, so it should be never disable, because for now it's doing that. So even if I show you, I'm not sure why this thing looking like that. Let me load a default loadout, or it should be fixed. Window, there should be details panel, then we need a preview. What is the parameters? Shader stat, preview settings. I'm not sure why is that panel has been gone. Okay, live preview, real-time nodes, static. Yeah, it's quite enough. Rate, performance status, computing, high, pixel render high. Okay, yeah, good. Now what I'm talking about, that if I put this like that, and at the opacity just disable. Okay, but because we have the immersive, for example, like that, we can use that in the immersive, so we can multiply that with a value, for example 10, and we can connect it with the b, and we can set it to immersive light and simply save that. So if I check, it should, as you can see, it's glowing too much. Okay, so what I can do, if basically it's to work with this one, like opacity mask, I guess for opacity we can use this will be work, I'm not sure. It's glowing too much. Immersive, it's not working how I think that it should be. Basically, it's the blend overlay and it should be work, but in my case it's not working, so sorry for that. But I have a one more option too, like, because this thing is, we have the red, yellow and green one too. For example, for now let me use this one. In future I will fix that, and I will check that what is basically happening. So for now let's make it to opacity as a default. Let me remove these parts, And at here let's make first for the base one, that is this simple add. So you'll find everything. For example, now we can create a material instance, and instead of that I can convert that to a parameter. Let's give it name that base, base. That's why I said that I'm not a 3D artist, so I don't know too much about the blender materials and other stuff. Now at here at the function we can create a red light one, and then we can create another, and instead of that we can create the yellow one simply, and then we can create one more that is for green. And there's a green one. Now if we go to the mesh, okay, even I scroll down at here, and if I put the red one, there's a red, it will be yellow, and it will be green. Okay, so yeah, for a mobile game I guess this will be enough. Great. Okay, great, we have this thing right now, and as you can see it's looking great enough too. So we have our finish line for now, and now we need one more model. So for a model I'm going to get it from the bridge. I need something like steel, kind of like wall, or you know, yeah, so it will be look great. So let's see, or let's check that if to find something like, we need something like a barrier. Yeah, this one, yeah, I'm basically looking this one. Simply add, basically it's have tons of type model, so we are going to use that as our sites. For example, for the sites guide, we can use them like this. Okay, like we can use this like a duplicate, duplicate, and duplicate. We can make this, okay, like the barrier we can create. So yeah, we have now the barriers, we have our finish line. Now in next part we'll be do some basic level design, and then we will be basically put our vehicles. And next time, because still my model is didn't ready, my artist is working. Once it's done I'll be show you for that one. So thank you so much for watching. See you in next tutorial part.